We are the team of mediators for Science Gallery Atlanta.
We are
scientists,
trailblazers,
storytellers,
seekers,
questioners.
We are artists.
We are Emory University students. And we are here to invite you
to join us,
to gain courage,
use your voice,
and express yourself without judgment.
Because when you do,
energy is activated,
and an upsurge in creativity is transferred.
What can happen if you access new ways of thinking and expressing?
At Science Gallery Atlanta, we are using virtual experiences and engagement
to connect and see how we can open up
and help us all cope and set the tone for the rest of the day,
the rest of the year,
and maybe the rest of our lives.
Let's be, let's act, because our ability to improve conditions happens when we come together.
Hi everyone, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today. My name is Anna and I'm an Emory University student majoring in neuroscience and behavioral biology, and I'm one of the student mediators here at Science Gallery Atlanta. We at Science Gallery Atlanta are producing a virtual series that explores the world of coping mechanisms, the adaptive and maladaptive, and the relation to the global pandemic. Today we are joined by Dr. Abigail Lott for a discussion about mindfulness. Dr. Lott, welcome and thank you so much for taking the time to engage in this discussion. Could you please introduce yourself for us?
I am Dr. Abigail Lott, and I'm a clinical psychologist by training and an assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at Emory University. I first started thinking about psychology and getting interested in it way back in high school. And I've always been interested in people's stories and sort of understanding what makes an individual unique. I actually found myself coming to Emory as an undergrad. And so had an opportunity to take lots of really amazing classes there. And through that experience, really that solidified my passion for clinical psychology, in both being able to treat people clinically through psychotherapy, but also do research to really better understand risk and resilience mechanisms related to negative health outcomes, particularly in the context of stress and trauma.
Great, thank you. So I guess let's start with the question, what is mindfulness?
Mindfulness is just being in the present moment in a non-judgmental way on purpose. It sounds really simple, but it can actually be really challenging to do. We often find our minds in the past or worrying about the future, right? And mindfulness really is about grounding into the present moment and engaging with what is before you.
What do mindfulness practices actually look like?
So mindfulness practices look like lots of different things. There are both formal and informal mindfulness practices. So when I say informal mindfulness practices, this is the ability to basically use mindfulness in any aspect of your daily life. So you may mindfully wash dishes or take a shower or brush your teeth, right? These sort of basic everyday things where instead of running through your to-do list in your mind or thinking about other things, you're actively engaged in that one task. You can also mindfully do things like go for a walk or walk your dog, or even have a conversation with friends, right? Sometimes we may be multitasking instead. And so mindfulness is really about doing that one thing in that moment. Formal mindfulness practices that you may be more familiar with are things like meditation or yoga, where you're sitting down or moving in the context of yoga, but really engaging in something for a specific period of time in a purposeful way. And often those formal practices last a little bit longer. With mindfulness, it could be as short as 30 seconds or as long as a meal, right? But the formal practices are usually more of a specific designated amount of time.
Yeah, it's awesome that you can kind of like incorporate it into your daily life. So like yoga and all the other practices, you kind of have to take a good chunk of time out of your day. So what are the benefits of breathing exercises to facilitate mindfulness?
Well, there's a couple things. One is that our breath is always with us, right? And so the breath can be this sort of anchor or presence that's always there, no matter what's going on, no matter what's changing or where you are. And so you can turn to the breath anywhere. And it can be something that helps calm your body down, both as a tool to reset, recharge, come into the present moment, but also to bring yourself down, and in the context of if you're stressed or really distressed in the moment. And so breathing, using deep breathing, for example, or diaphragmatic breathing, it's also called, can help to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, or our relaxation system in the body, right? And so especially if we're in distress or panicked or feeling anxious about something, by focusing in on that breath and taking slow, deep breaths, it can calm your body down, which then can also help to calm your mind and your emotions down, right? So sort of taking control in those moments to help calm your body down as a tool. I also really like to use breathing, whether or not it's for 1 minute or 10 minutes, as a tool to help you reset and recharge. And I think it's particularly important in this time of COVID, because if you think of it, we're constantly now in front of our computers, right? Or you're doing class, or maybe you're even able to do your work remotely by computer. And so as a student or a young person, being able to take that time to reset and just breathe can help relax the muscles in your body, can help give your brain a little bit of a break. And so knowing that you have that tool, and that can similarly, whether it's breathing, kind of just sitting in a chair or walking outside and giving yourself 30 seconds to take in the surroundings, kind of ground yourself in what you see, and take some slow, deep breaths, again, can kind of just bring you into that present moment.
I found that especially around this time, it's kind of final season and everyone's a little on edge. So breathing actually really helps just calm you down and help you stay focused.
Yes. And taking those little breaks is so important, right? Because you might feel so stressed, like I have to do this, I have to study nonstop and focus in on this for finals. Yeah. Right. But without taking those little breaks, your mind can get really fried. And so giving yourself that space and taking those little breaks using mindfulness can be helpful, so that then you're better able to engage. And mindfulness is really about having the control to direct your attention to where it wants to go.
Yeah, it is very stressful, because a lot of the times when you're studying, you get so mad at yourself for not being able to focus. But I think it's so healthy to just think about it in a way that's like, oh, it's happening, let's fix it, or try and learn how to fix it, rather than like getting so mad at yourself.
Exactly. Not getting kind of pulled in or fixated on it, right? But just being like, oh, okay, that's where my mind wants to go, but okay, I'm going to bring it back to this. And just being compassionate to yourself too is so important, and such an important part of being able to cope during this time, because it is hard and is stressful. Finals in and of themselves are really hard, right? But add in COVID and it's particularly stressful.
Yeah. So what are the health benefits of mindfulness, and what do they do to our bodies and minds exactly?
There's lots of health benefits of mindfulness. One of the biggest things that we know from research is that mindfulness can be helpful in reducing stress. And one of the ways that it does that, right, is by helping you kind of regulate that autonomic function of your body, and being able to bring on that parasympathetic nervous system response, so that you're not in this sort of fight or flight mode all the time if you're stressed. Mindfulness approaches have been used across lots of different mental and physical health problems. So we know it can reduce anxiety, it can help with depression, it can help with managing chronic pain. And basically, one of the things that we know really works in mindfulness is that it helps to improve emotion regulation abilities. So the ability, not it's not going to take away negative emotions or always make you feel happy or something like that, right? But what it does is can help you in the context of negative emotions when they rise, or emotions that feel intense or overwhelming, right, can help you kind of navigate those in a more effective way. It helps you bring awareness to your emotions, to your feelings, to your thoughts, so that you have kind of more control over those things. And we know that problems with emotion regulation can be impactful across many different mental health problems, including anxiety and depression. And so by being able to have this in place, it really helps to, again, give you some coping tools and strategies to help you navigate stress as it comes up in your life. Okay, so now we're going to be transitioning into a mindfulness exercise to give you an example of what I'm talking about when I say that we can use mindfulness exercises and breathing exercises as a quick break or sort of a reset. So now you'll be transitioning into a 3-minute breathing space that focuses on bringing awareness to your breath, to your surroundings, and to your own body and mind.
And now we will begin a breathing exercise. Allow yourself to sit in a dignified posture, feet firmly on the ground. If you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes or develop a soft gaze in front of you. Start by noticing what your experience is like right now, in thoughts, in feelings, in body sensations. Whatever the experience, welcome it in, not trying to change or adjust it. Now gently bring your attention to your breath. Notice the in-breath and the out-breath as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now gently direct your attention to your body, expanding your awareness to how your body feels as you breathe in and out. If you notice any tension or discomfort, breathing into that discomfort. And as you breathe out, saying it's okay. Whatever it is, it's okay. Continue here with this expanded awareness and allow yourself to bring that expanded awareness into the next moments of your day.